Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salman Rashdi from the 8th semester Department of Architecture.
And I am Fatma Arbab from the 4th semester Department of Architecture.
On behalf of the Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture, we warmly welcome you to the 24th convocation ceremony.
100 students will receive a bachelor's degree, of whom 17 students from the Department of Architecture, 14 students from the Department of Interior Design, 26 students from the Department of Communication Design, 20 students from the Department of Textile Design, and 23 students from the Department of Fine Art. This is the 24th graduating class of the Faculties of Design and Fine Art, and the 23rd graduating class of the Faculty of Architecture.
The academic procession will be led by the graduating students, followed by the adjunct faculty, permanent faculty, and then by the heads of departments. The executive director, members of the executive committee, and members of the board of governors will then follow. Lastly, the chairman of the board of governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, will escort the convocation speaker, Ms. Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy.
As a matter of interest for our guests, the design of our convocation robes is based on the abba, which was worn on ceremonial occasions in the Mughal courts. The material selected is the handloom cotton susi, traditionally woven in Sindh. It is embroidered in patterns evolved from Mughal designs. The headgear is a combination of the Mughal turban and the hunza cap, worn even today by both men and women of the northern mountainous areas.
All participants of the procession wear off-white khadi, the material woven at the school campus under the supervision of Master Weaver Muhammad Altaf Ansari. The theme music for the convocation, based on Rag Malhar, was especially composed for the Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture by sitar maestros Ustad Imdad Hussain and his son Akhlaq Hussain.
This year, as in the past, the thesis projects of the graduating students are being exhibited. Guests are invited to view the exhibition after the conclusion of the convocation ceremony. The exhibition will remain open until this evening.
The tradition of planting a tree on the campus by the graduating class will continue this year. The new graduates will plant a Gulmohar tree immediately after the conclusion of the convocation ceremony.
Oh
I now request the guests to rise and join our students for the national anthem. Foundation year students, under the guidance of Ustad Ehtishamuddin Hussain, will present the national anthem.
The Registrar will request the Chairman of the Board of Governors to declare the convocation open.
May I request the Chairman Board of Governors to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
We begin the proceedings with the recitation of the Holy Quran from Surah Al-Mumtahina by Asim Muhammad Amin, Department of Fine Art.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عسى الله أن يجعل بينكم وبين الذين عاديتم منهم مودة والله قدير والله غفور رحيم لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم إن الله يحب المقسطين صدق الله العظيम. तर्जुमा. अजब नहीं कि खुदा तुम में और उन लोगों में जिनसे तुम दुश्मनी रखते हो दोस्ती पैदा कर दे. और खुदा कादिर है और खुदा बख्शने वाला मेहरबान है. जिन लोगों ने तुमसे दीन के बारे में जंग नहीं की और तुमको तुम्हारे घरों से नहीं निकाला, उनके साथ इंसाफ का सलूक करने से खुदा तुमको मना नहीं करता. खुदा तो इंसाफ करने वालों को दोस्त रखता है.
Translation. Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of religion and do not expel you from your homes from being righteous towards them and acting justly toward them. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly. Perhaps Allah will put between you and those to whom you have been enemies among them affection, and Allah is competent and Allah is forgiving, merciful.
The Executive Director of Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture, Ms. Samina Rais Khan, will present the welcome address.
Respected keynote speaker, Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy Sahiba, Chairman Board of Governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, Chairperson Executive Committee, Samira Raja, founders of the school, members of the Board of Governors, the Executive Committee, faculty members, IVS alumni, proud parents, and the graduating class of 2017. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the 24th convocation of Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 was both a year of achievements and some setbacks. During the year, IVS lost 3 members of its community. Architect Habib Fida Ali, who was twice member of our Board of Governors and a leading architect of the country, passed away at the beginning of the year. We lost one of our co-faculty members, Associate Professor Saira Sheikh, at the prime of her life. She has served as the head of Liberal Arts Program and designed the feasibility of the school's graduate program with other faculty members. In November this year, ladies and gentlemen, we lost Mr. Salim Tariani, who had been associated with the school since its inception and served as a visiting faculty in the Department of Architecture since the inception of the school. I will request all to remember them in our prayers and observe 1 minute silence in their memory. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean of Academics, Dr. Javed Haider, unfortunately had to leave his assignment with us at the end of his spring semester due to serious health issues. He joined IVS on a sabbatical from Penn State University, USA. Before his departure, Dr. Haider led IVS in organizing its first ever 4-day international conference on design, evolution, education, and practice. Associate Professor Muhammad Ali Khan and Assistant Professor Farah Mehboob were the co-chairs of this conference. Professor Mehrdad Hadigi from Penn State University and Saima Zaidi from Habib University were the keynote speakers. The conference is sponsored by the US State Department and co-hosted with the Kennesaw State University, who were our link partners. The conference successfully brought international and Pakistani designers, academics, and practitioners together. The conference was supported by a strong publication of 55 full-text papers, out of which 17 papers were written by IVS faculty and 3 were co-written between the Kennesaw State University and IVS faculty. IVS hosted yet another international event and became part of the Karachi Biennale 2017. Our campus became one of the partner venues in October. With over 150 local and international artists with works at 12 different venues across the city of Karachi, this project was not only historical in its own editions, but also hugely ambitious, even by all international standards. As a citywide event, it brought contemporary art to the public at this large scale. Zarmeen Shah, head of the Liberal Arts Program, was the curator at large of Karachi Biennale 2017. With Umar Wasim and Anna Mathar Jamal, permanent faculty of the Liberal Arts Programs as participating artists. A large number of IVS faculty from across the departments of Fine Art, Architecture, Communication Design, and Foundation Year also participated in this event. Mariam Abdullah Library organized its first ever citywide 2-day IVS book fair at our campus and invited other institutions. Professor Emeritus Shanaz Ismail inaugurated this event and shared her vision and love for the books and libraries. At a time, ladies and gentlemen, when books and book reading seem to have challenged by IT habits and IT revolution, IVS's library staff, Asif Nawab and his team's humble effort to revive interest in the books was largely appreciated by the media and social media. The process of establishing an in-house academic journal was initiated some time ago, but Dr. Javed Haider When he came on board, his arrival revitalized the energies and he set up a new editorial board. The board, comprising of members of the IVS faculty, Dr. Asma Mundrawala, Duresh Ehwar Alvi, Kiran Ahmed, and Umar Wasim, who have worked over a period of 1 year to realize this vision, culminating with the publication of the title Hybrid. The Hybrid is an annual thematic journal aimed at fostering culture of research and writing at the IVS and beyond. It is transdisciplinary in nature and focuses primarily on those practices and researches that are interested in the application of any combination of art, design, and architecture and related genes, jhana, to issue of critical, cultural, political, and educational significance, inclusion, and social justice. Each issue has an organizing theme as envisioned by the editorial board. This year's theme is the archive, which aims to problematize and open myriad possibilities of engaging with the concept. Duresh Ehwar Alvi from the Department of Architecture is now the editor of the second issue, which will be launched next year. Hybrid is being formally launched today, and copies of the first issue are available at the specially set up stall in the convocation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Fine Art, under its faculty member Seher Naveed, also initiated and developed a research, publication, and exhibition project called Drawing Documents. The project aims to investigate new drawing forms in art practices in Pakistan. In 2017, first 4 books of the series were published and launched at the IVS, with another set slotted for development and print next year. 2017 also witnessed increased participation of IVS faculty members at international forums, exhibitions representing both Pakistan and IVS. Associate Professor Adila Suleiman, Head of Fine Arts, who is also an internationally acclaimed Pakistani artist, exhibited her work around the world at several renowned museums and institutional spaces in Munich, Brussels, Manchester, Sydney, and Perth. Professor Adila was invited as a keynote speaker at a symposium, When South is North, Contemporary Art and Culture in South Asia and Australia, by the Institute for Culture and Society at Western Sydney University. She was also invited by the Princeton University, USA, to give a lecture and present her work. Her work has been recently acquired by the Pinakothek de Modern Museum, Munich, and New South Wales Museum, Sydney, for their permanent collection. IVS participated and represented Pakistan in yet another international event. Associate Professor Muhammad Ali Khan, Head of the Communication Design, and Umar Rahman, the lead faculty of Fashion Design program in the school, represented Pakistan in IVS at the second International Conference for Culture and Creativity at Ordos in China. The conference was a project of One Belt, One Road initiative under the theme of culture, innovation, driven by aesthetics and value. Ali Khan presented a paper on culture and innovation of Pakistan, and Umar Rahman displayed his fashion works at the conference. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, the annual Chengdu Creativity and Design Week selected IVS faculty Imrana Shehryar, acting head of the textile department, and the faculty Umar Rahman out of a competition among all the institutions representing culture and creative design in Pakistan. The competition included design and artistic works from 30 different fields, including fashion and digital products. Imrana and Umar Rahman showcased their works during the exhibition in Chengdu, China, and represented Pakistan and IVS for the first time at this international design platform. Imrana spoke as the guest of honor on the creative design of Pakistan and how Indus Valley School has played a pivotal role to promote Pakistan's creative design industry. Madiha Ijaz was awarded the prestigious Royal Overseas Visual Arts Scholarship for 2017. As a two-part scholarship, She's invited to attend a month-long residency program in Scotland, which also supported her work at Karachi Biennale. Ladies and gentlemen, foundation year faculty, Munawwar Ali Sayyad, has been instrumental in executing the Great Wall of Truck Art at the new Islamabad airport, which is a permanent public art project. The project, which took 6 months to complete, was coordinated by Munawwar Ali and executed by 42 truck artists who created more than 100 murals. The entire public art at the new airport is curated by Noor Jahan Bilgarami, who is one of the founders of the school. In collaboration with the Special Olympics Pakistan Young Athletes Program, the Architecture Department organized a design competition in third year studio in January. The task was to design an enclosure that would serve to enhance the motor skills of children with intellectual and physical disabilities. 5 groups competed for the first place. The winning design is now materialized through the Architecture Design Research Lab at the Department of Architecture. The construction drawings of the Special Olympics Pakistan project are now ready. The Young Athletes Playroom will go into construction very soon. Mehwish Ghulam Rasool, acting head of the Interior Design Department, is working with a team of architects on a public space development project, Nehre-Khayyam, a storm and sewage water drain which will be converted into a public space for the citizens. The project is in its final design and master planning stage. The Textile Design Department has been collaborating projects with Community World Services Asia since 2015. During 2017, the department collaborated a bigger portfolio project between CWSA and IVS Kahani in Thatta, this time engaging nearly 1,000 female artisans. This is primarily a design project and collection project which will be sold through Kahani and other local and regional exhibitions. Umar Rahman, Tanzeel Saeed, and Nausheen Faiz took the textile students to Sakhar, Shikarpur, Khairpur to document the living crafts of Pakistan in collaboration with Sindh Rural Support Organization for the field trip. The students researched on different crafts such as khais, date leaf basketry, rali, kantha, Balochi embroidery, hermich, and kundi. The students are now in the process of compiling the collected work and transforming it into a book form. The architecture students graduates once again distinguished themselves in the Institute of Architects Pakistan Students Award 2016 and 17 cycle. The IAP Graduate Award for Outstanding Thesis and the IAP Kausar Bashir Ahmad Award for Best Thesis on Socially Responsible Architecture. The award received entries from all the universities across the country, and the distinguished jury panel declared Salmanur Rahman as the winner of the graduate award, while Khizr Hussain Laghari and Uneza Sayyed received honorable mentions. Sameen Javed and Fatima Irfan Ali from IVS received honorable mentions in the IAP Kausar Bashir Ahmad Award for Socially Responsible Architecture for their projects. Ladies and gentlemen, I may mention here that out of the 6 awards announced, 5 were backed by IVS students. Final year student Zafar Ehsan Naqvi from Textile Department was selected to showcase a capsule collection of 4 garments at Fashion Pakistan Week 2017 for Bank Al Falah Rising Talent Award. IVS faculty and students from Communication Design Department partnered and participated in Pakistan's first premier digital design conference ND2C in Islamabad. Humaira Alvi from the final year of Department of Communication Design won the prize on a spontaneous, very challenging design competition on the spot. She earned 200,000 rupees, 2 lakh, as her prize from PTCL. Foundation year students prepared 4 large murals for civil hospitals' waiting areas. The murals are being installed at the civil hospital site under the supervision of their faculty, Munawwar Ali Sayyad. These were our achievements at the faculty and students level. Now some other achievements that we have made during 2017. Mariam Abdullah Library team has recently completed the dissertation digitalization project. 850 dissertations starting from the first batch of the school who graduated in 1994 till 2008 have been scanned and digitally preserved and now make part of the library electronic database. It is important to highlight that IVS is reaching out to the marginalized communities, not only through its community service projects, but also with the help of its Qarze Hasna and scholarship scheme, which is designed to support the education of financially challenged students. During 2017, the school provided rupees 15.08 million for this purpose to 87 students in the undergraduate program. The deficit of rupees 7.13 million in the beginning of 2017 was offset by the community support coming from Mr. Sanaullah Qureshi, Mr. Peer Muhammad Diwan, Mr. Tawfiq Chinoy, MS Farhana Mauji, MS Samira Raja, and Mr. Ahmad Jamani. Textile Design Department also through their fundraising initiative had contributed to this scheme. During the current year, earlier beneficiaries of the scheme refunded as a record of rupees 3.30 million back to the scheme, which is a record. For 2018, the school has made a fresh commitment to 29 new students at a cost of rupees 4.89 million. Existing 69 students will continue to receive the support during the coming year. In the beginning, we have forecasted a deficit of rupees 7.8 million, and for that, we will go back to the community for support. To further the concept of inclusive education and to bring students from all segments in a socially just manner, the school is fully committed to provide financial assistance, scholarships to the financially weak students who come from different parts of Pakistan. During 2017, ladies and gentlemen, IVS successfully established 2 more endowment funds. The Graduate Endowment Fund, which will be operational very soon, was initiated with 1 million generous grant from rupees 1 million, generous grant coming from Mr. Cyrus Kawasji. The school has also established Kahani Endowment Fund. Partial money for this fund was raised through Abda Parveen's concert. The Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture has accepted and adopted its third park, which is just adjacent to the school, known as the Lignum Park. Ira Kazi is the lead landscape architect and designer of this project. This is a model park, but the school is running through financial constraints, and IVS needs support from the community and its well-wishers, as we still have around 16 benches available for donation and dedication. I would request support from the community to help us complete this module park, which will be a shared resource between IVS and the community. The school has recently completely redesigned and refurbished Agha Hassan Abdi Computer Lab with latest Core i7, and other state-of-the-art accessories. Architect Sami Chauhan has designed, and all 3 of them, Sami Chauhan, Umair Saeed, and Ilyas Abdullah, supervised the project. Established back in 2010 by Infaq Foundation, it is now upgraded through a cash grant from the Imdad Foundation, which is the sister NGO of Infaq Foundation. They have donated rupees 3 million in the total cost. The IVS Alumni Association, ladies and gentlemen, held its AGM, and Bisma Askari was elected its 8th president. Many IVS alumni have received both local and international acclaim in their respective fields, with several alumni being invited to represent Pakistan at multiple forums. both NDT-C2 and National Design Conference 2 and KB17, which is Karachi Biennale 17, had active representation from the IVS alumni. Ladies and gentlemen, 2018 will mark the year of the 25th convocation, and the school, along with the Alumni Association, has planned some ambitious year-long events to celebrate this as a milestone. One of the goals that IVS has set to achieve is to make IVS into the first green institute in Pakistan with help from the Alumni Association. This year, ladies and gentlemen, 5 members will retire from the Board of Governors after completing their 3-year tenure. Ms. Fauzia Vilani, Mr. Suhail Malik, Architect Tariq Alexander Kasser, Architect Shahid Abdullah Sahab, and Mr. Asif Juma. They have completed their 3-year term at the board. They will be replaced by new members who will be inducted at the 26th Annual General Meeting of IVS Society, which is to be held in January 2018. I am personally grateful to all the retiring members who have not only given their time and valuable advice at all times, but very efficiently and effectively contributed in the meetings of the Board of Governors. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is my pleasure to introduce our worthy keynote speaker, Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy. Sharmeen is a 2-time Academy Award and Emmy Award winning documentary filmmaker. In the past 16 years, she has made a dozen multi-award winning films in over 10 countries around the world. Her films include Song of Lahore, Saving Face, A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness, and Journey of 1,000 Miles, Peacekeepers. Her work has taken her around the world, where she has filmed and worked with refugees, women's advocacy groups, and human rights defenders. By bringing their voices to the outside world, she has often helped bring about a critical change in their communities. In 2012, Time magazine included Sharmeen in their annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. The same year, the Pakistan government awarded her with highest civil honor, Hilal-e-Imtiaz. In 2013, the Canadian government awarded her a Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal for her work in the field of documentary films, and the World Economic Forum honored her with a Crystal Award at their annual summit in Davos. Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy recently received the Knights International Journalism Award for her contributions in the field of journalism through documentaries. Born and raised in Karachi, Pakistan, Sharmeen received a bachelor's degree from Smith College and 2 master's degrees from Stanford University. On behalf of IVS graduates, the faculty, the Board of Governors, and the Executive Committee members, it is my privilege to welcome Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy as the keynote speaker for the 24th convocation. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I conclude my welcoming remarks. Thank you very much once again, and a very warm welcome to the convocation.
I now request Ms. Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you. Chairman, members of the Board of Governors, the Executive Committee, the Executive Director, founders, faculty, parents, and today's stars, the class of 2017. Congratulations. It is an honor and a privilege to be addressing you. As you file through the gates today, the rest of your life is about to begin. Welcome to the School of Hard Knocks. My father told me that everything he ever learned was from this school, the School of Life. So, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself today in this monumental moment is to commit to the journey of life and not the outcome. As a filmmaker, I have always wanted to tell stories, documenting men, women, and children in the far corners of the world. In telling their stories, in immersing myself in their world, I have learned the simple lessons of life. These are the ones I hope to share with you here today. When I read the words, "Welcome to Lyari," all of my fears leave me. was one of the first things Sabina told me as she drove into the gang-infested neighborhood. It was 2011, and very few outsiders were venturing inside. The buildings had bullet holes, drugs were openly peddled onto the streets, shots of intermittent gunfire often pierced the silence. We walked into a modest building to find bright-colored walls, beautiful hand-drawn paintings, excited conversations in classrooms where stories were being read, numbers added, and teachers as engaged as the students. The classrooms could have been anywhere. The best education was being imparted to students in Lyari, simply because Sabina had a stubborn dream to give the children of Lyari a chance. She barely had any funding. There were credible threats of violence, and her family worried for her safety. How could she survive in this kind of an environment? She persisted and developed a model. The children would get a head start in education at her Kiran school in Lyari, and then she would place them in quality schools across the city. Today, these very children will be the future of Lyari, embarking on journeys to become doctors, teachers, librarians, and lawyers. Sabina's simple lesson in life was, stubborn dreams are worth pursuing. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. It is never easy to do that. Just ask the founders of this very school. And sometimes it feels like the journey is never ending. But ask Sabina, and she will tell you, as she looks into the faces of the young boys and girls who tomorrow will change her neighborhood, it was worth it. The first time I met Zakia, she was peeling apples for her daughter. It was a cold winter day on the outskirts of Islamabad. I had seen Zakia's photographs before. I'd spoken to her on the phone numerous times. I thought I'd prepared myself, but when I saw her, I stopped in my tracks. The left side of her face had completely melted. She had no eye, half a nose, and her lips were half gone. She smiled at me. I was as nervous as she was confident. Her husband had thrown acid on her face to teach her a lesson because she had dared to ask for a divorce. I watched every week as she put on a burqa and went to court, sometimes every other week, giving painful testimonies while being taunted. She didn't let the fact that she was barely literate stop her. She spent time with her lawyer, understanding the system. I watched her tell her son and her daughter that she was still their mother, despite what had happened to her physically. Zakia ended up sending her ex-husband to jail for life. The lesson Zakia taught me in life was to be bold, and despite everything life throws at you, choose life. Choose to fight. Life will never turn out the way you expected it to, but that is all right. Stand up for yourself. You do not give up. And when you stand up for yourself, through it all, smile. Smile as you peel apples for your children, just like Zakia did. Unless it's very cold, the women who meet at Tabassum's house, sometimes on a weekly basis, sit on the veranda. A long line forms outside, visitors bringing cases to them. Cases about property disputes, divorce, child custody, domestic violence. The women listen patiently, conferring amongst themselves. Sometimes they call lawyers or the local police for help. They are part of Pakistan's first all-female jirga. Tabassum has for years observed how women have been left out of the decision-making process. She was herself a child bride, and she longed to be part of a movement that would create change for others. So she decided to be that change. She asked women in her community to join her. She told me, women can help other women make decisions. At first, others in the community laughed. They received death threats. But when women began attending the sessions and seeking advice, and the police began to come to their aid, her dream of having a female jirga became a reality. She knows that she can do it. She recently freed a young woman who was brutally abused and who now has a fresh lease on life. On my last visit to her, Tabassum read out a letter containing a bullet she had received. Threats were made to her life. A few weeks later, she was fired upon. She survived. Her simple lesson in life, fight for the people who mean the most to you, and fight for the kind of world you want to live in. When you lead the way, when you embody the change you want to see, to see in others around you, people will follow you. It is very important to fight for what you believe in. It will allow you to sleep better at night, even on your toughest days, even when you think you cannot do it. When you lie tired in bed at night, you will know in your heart that you are fighting for the world you want to bring up your children in. And that fight is worth it. Be the change you hope to see in the world. When it rains in Thar, the dusty desert becomes a green oasis. Peacocks come out and dance and children sing. It's the happiest time in the desert for Ali Akbar, who has dedicated his life to bringing clean drinking water to far-flung communities. The water in Thar is unfit for consumption with high levels of fluoride. Every day he goes from one community to the next, checking on people. His job is made even more difficult because people believe they have been cursed and a spell has been cast on them. Why else would men and women as young as 40 look like they were over 60 years old? Why would their bones be brittle and they be unable to walk? Sometimes the communities he works in hurl abuses at him. Sometimes they ask him to leave. He listens patiently and helps them understand the benefits of clean drinking water and how to achieve it. His simple lesson in life, kindness and empathy, it will get you far. We have forgotten as a country to empathize with each other. And the key to our future lies in that. As you go into the world to meet people, you will disagree with them. There will be heated exchanges and difficult conversations. Learn to be kind and walk in their shoes. Empathy will carry you far. In a school in the heart of Naushera, young women are training to be part of Pakistan's first anti-terrorism squad. Every day, they dress up in bomb suits and run mock drills, how to disable roadside and improvised bombs. A few streets away, in another academy, they run through tough drills. Amongst the trainees are 3 sisters, Pari, Samina, and Ruxana. They come from a small remote hamlet and are the only girls educated in their village. Their father had the courage not only to educate them, but also to send them to the police academy. They tell me, everyone shunned us in our village. No one wanted to talk to our family. My father was determined that we would serve and we would lead, says Ruxana. I watched them as they tie a harness around their waist and they propel down a building. Things you would never imagine women to do in that part of the world. The instructors cheering them on. These are the faces of young women whose families confronted their fears. Their eldest Pari tells me, life has taught her a very important lesson. When you confront your fears, you find courage in yourself to do what you want. They're often the first ones to enter a house when conducting a raid, meeting terrorists head on, simply because their family dared to confront their fears. We are all afraid to confront our fears, afraid of the neighborhood whispers, afraid of what our peers and society will say, afraid of what social media is going to say. Have the courage to free yourself of all of this. If 3 young girls from a remote village in the most conservative part of the country can do so and succeed, so can you. Now, when the sisters go home in their uniform, other young girls in the village follow them around in awe. One day, there will be others who will follow in their footsteps. When you drown out the voices of others, you confront your fears. You today represent some of the best this country has to offer us. What you do will not only impact you, but others around you as well. I have learned so much from those whose lives I have documented, and along the way, I have found my own simple lessons. I have learned that breaking bread with a stranger allows you to have conversations that change the way you see the world. So stop and do that often. These conversations will open up your eyes to the greater world around you. It will also help peel away prejudices you may have. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I have stumbled numerous times in my life. My failures have taught me more about myself than my successes have. I have learned that it is easier to apologize when you make a mistake than hold on to your ego. I encourage you to explore your imagination and always hold on to it. In 2011, I began developing the country's first animated feature film. I allowed myself the freedom to imagine superheroes that would one day inspire our children. But from imagination to execution was one of the most difficult challenges of my life. As artists, don't allow the world to dictate how you should imagine. We didn't, and today Teen Bahadur is a household name. I encourage you to speak to your parents and grandparents often. They laid the foundation of this country. They are walking, talking history books. They have seen and experienced it all. Sometimes when we watch the news and read the newspapers, there is a certain level of despondency that sets in. Recently, I sat down with my grandmother, who described the train journey that she was on when they came to Pakistan in 1947. In her words, "Someone screamed out loudly, 'We have arrived,'" she said, and the entire train began to spontaneously cheer. People hugged each other. They sang. Someone kissed the ground. Everyone knew that they had finally come home. Pakistan Zindabad were the cries. I share this story with you because we must all know that we come from nothing. Millions left their home and made journeys with a singular destination, Pakistan. They dared to dream, and you must carry that dream forward. Your journey begins soon, so remember that stubborn dreams are worth pursuing. Remember to stand up for yourself, to be kind to others, to have empathy, to confront your fears, to apologize when you make mistakes. Break bread with strangers. Converse often with your parents and grandparents and explore your imagination. The world awaits you. Thank you.
I request the Executive Director to escort the Chairman of the Board of Governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, to the front of the stage for the award of degrees.
Muhammad Sami Anwar Chauhan, Acting Head, Department of Architecture, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Architecture to the Chairman of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
So, Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Architecture in the Faculty of Architecture, to which I pray they be admitted. Atika Niaz Khan, distinction in dissertation. Adnan Naeem, Baria Nida Hussain, Fahad Najam, Haya Qadri, honorable mention in dissertation. Hussain Ashik Rangwala, Maria Ali, Mariam Hanif, Mirzain Talpur, Moiz Rahim, Muhaddase Fatma Khan, distinction in thesis, and overall distinction. Muhammad Harun Shakil. Sakina Hassan. Samra Amir. Sarim Kamal Zubairi. And Shamil Qureshi.
Mavish Ghulam Rasool, Acting Head, Department of Interior Design, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Interior Design to the Chairman of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Sir Chairman, I present you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Interior Design in the Faculty of Architecture, to which I pray they be admitted. Starting up with Abira Mansoor Usmani, Aisha Tariq Yusuf, Aisha Zahid Hussain, pass with distinction in thesis. Fatma Nasir, Hareem Tariq, Haya Waqar Khan, Hira Asif, Mari Ansar, Mashal Khan, Nurusaba Adamji, pass with distinction in thesis. Rida Iqbal Sheikh, Sadia Sethi, Syed Sajil Hasnain, Tehreem Rais, pass with distinction in thesis.
Muhammad Ali Khan, Head, Department of Communication Design, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Communication Design to the Chairman of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Sir Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Communication Design in the Faculty of Design, to which I pray they be admitted. Ali Akbar,
Close as a guest. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Ali Fazal, Anan Jamil Sheikh, passed with overall distinction. Azim Nawab, Bushra Ghazali Faruqi, Dania Kidwai, Hussain Akhtar, Leah Nadir Contractor, passed with overall distinction. Maham Babar, Maham Ismail, passed with overall distinction. Maheen Aqil, Mahrukh Salim Sheikh, passed with overall distinction. Mahrukh Salim Ansari, Manal Sohail, Mansoor Mohammad Magba, passed with overall distinction. Maria Huma, Minhal Rana, passed with overall distinction. Mohammad Farhan Beg, Murtaza Irfan Ali, Neha Kareem, passed with overall distinction. Usama bin Shahid, Rimsha Kamal, Sahar Mansoor, Sara Faruqi, Shima Mas, passed with overall distinction. Tehreem Iqbal, Tuba Amjad,
Imrana Shahryar, Acting Head, Department of Textile Design, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Textile Design to the Chairman of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Sir Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Textile Design in the Faculty of Design, to which I pray they be admitted. Aima Habib. Ajia Mahnoor Rana. Amna Salim. Anam Atiq Khan, pass with overall distinction. Haya Azim. Kasha Malik. Kavish Qamar Chaudhary. Kinza Nafis. Mahadi Siddiq. Maliha Ejaz. Mariam Khalid Mirza. Mariam Manyar. Mohammad Ziaur Rahman. Muniza Javed. Nida Khan. Rafia Alvi. Shahana Durrani. Sharmeen Rizvi. Sumaira Anwar Ismail. And Zafar Ehsan Naqvi, pass with distinction in thesis.
Adila Suleiman, Head, Department of Fine Art, will read the citations and present the candidates from the Department of Fine Art to the Chairman of the Board of Governors for the award of degrees.
Sir Chairman, I present to you the students who have been examined and have qualified for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Art in the Faculty of Fine Art, to which I pray they be admitted. Amira Shoaib Motiwala. Ariba Adil Sheikh. Bushra Fatma. Dania Shah Khan. Faria Hassan. Kunj Syed, Maha Minhaj, Mariam Khan, Muhammad Ali Ashraf, Muhammad Idris Rejawala, passed with distinction in thesis. Nimra Nadeem, Noor Bhatt, passed with overall distinction in dissertation. Noor is also the recipient of Sher Asfandyar Khan Cash Award of Rs 50,000 for academic excellence and fine art. Sakina Ali, passed with distinction in thesis. Sanan Khalid Shamsi, Sania Hussain, passed with overall distinction on honorable mention in dissertation. Sania is also the recipient of Sher Asfandyar Khan Cash Award of Rs 50,000 for academic excellence in fine art. Sara Yavar, Shanza Raza Khan, passed with distinction in thesis. Sheikh Khatija Amin, Shiza Sara Hai, Sayyida Anusha Hassan, passed with distinction in thesis. Taha Ehtashan Ali, Zainab Abdul Hussain, Zainab Muhammad Sheikh Bhoy.
The Registrar will request the Chairman, Board of Governors, for acceptance of the degrees and escort the Chairman to the rostrum.
May I request the Chairman Board of Governors to accept the candidates to their respective degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chairman Board of Governors of this school, I admit you to your respective degrees and charge you that in conduct of your life and in your conversation and deeds, you do prove yourselves worthy of the same.
I request the Executive Director, Ms. Samina Rais Khan, to accompany our honored guest, Ms. Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy, who will present the awards in different categories.
I now request Assistant Professor Zarmeene Shah, Acting Head of the Liberal Arts Program, to announce the recipient of Dr. Salimuzzaman Siddiqui Award.
Assalamu alaikum. Instituted in memory of Dr. Salimuzzaman Siddiqui, this award is conferred upon a student of the graduating class for carrying out outstanding research in dissertation. With a distinction in dissertation, the recipient of the 2017 Salimuzzaman Siddiqui Award is Atika Niaz Khan from the Department of Architecture.
The Abu Shamim Arif Award, sponsored by the Foundation of the Museum of Modern Art, FOMA, is instituted in memory of Abu Shamim Arif and given to the graduating student for the best research in the Department of Fine Art. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 20,000. The Abu Shamim Arif Award for the year 2017 goes to Noor Bhatt.
The Agha Hassan Abedi Award, sponsored by the Infaq Foundation, is instituted in memory of Agha Hassan Abedi. 2 awards, one in the Department of Architecture and second in the Department of Communication Design, will be awarded.
Both awards carry a gold medal, which is made of 40 grams 22-karat gold.
The Agha Hassan Abedi Award in the Department of Architecture is given to the graduating student who has achieved the highest overall cumulative GPA. The 2017 award goes to Muhaddise Fatma Khan, who has achieved a cumulative GPA of 3.31.
The Agha Hassan Abedi Award in the Department of Communication Design is presented to the student who demonstrated a high level of compassion, humility, and generosity towards their fellow human beings and the environment they live in and work in through their design. The award for the year 2017, judged by the panel, goes to Leah Nadir Contractor.
The 2017 Zahurul Akhlaq Award, instituted in memory of the renowned artist Zahurul Akhlaq, for the best drawing portfolio of a graduating student in the Department of Fine Art, is awarded to Sakina Ali.
Tharyani Award for Architectural Design Excellence has been initiated in recognition of the countless years of service to architectural practice and architectural education by the Tharyani family of architects. This award will be given to a graduating student of architecture with the highest cumulative grade point average in 8 architecture design studios following the foundation program. It carries a cash award of Rs 50,000 along with a certificate of appreciation. This year, the award goes to Muhaddise Fatma Khan for achieving a CGPA of 3.34 in architecture design studios.
The Teaching Excellence Award recognizes a faculty's devotion and consistent outstanding teaching performance for the past few years. It carries a cash award of Rs 50,000, along with a certificate of appreciation. I request Executive Director Ms. Samina Rais Khan to announce this award.
This year, we have received 5 nominations for the Teaching Excellence Award. The nomination packets comprised an overview of the teaching portfolio, which was provided by the head of the department, students' evaluation of the teachers, letters from peers, current and former students. An evaluation committee examined and appraised applications and recommended the winner to the executive director. The recipient of the Teaching Excellence Award 2017, Dr. Asma Mundrawala. Asma is an associate professor in the Department of Fine Art. She has been teaching at IVS since 2010. She has got her doctorate from University of Sussex in 2010. Her stellar teaching abilities are best described by few quotes from her current and former students who write, "Her intellectual and scholarly way of thinking has inspired us to understand the importance of narrative in art and to understand the meaning of making art that connects to not only ourselves as artists, but also to a larger idea to which viewers can relate." Another student writes, "I only hope that every department and student at IVS has the pleasure of being exposed to her brilliance and experience." Dr. Rasma Mundrawala has already been awarded.
Thank you, Ms. Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy, for giving these awards.
The management of Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture wishes to acknowledge the dedication and commitment of 3 staff members completing 10 years of continuous service at Indus Valley School of Art and Architecture. May I request the Chairperson, Executive Committee, Ms. Samira Raja, to present these awards. The first 10 years service award goes to Ms. Samina Rais Khan. The second 10-year service award goes to Mohammad Tariq Noor. The third 10-year service award goes to Assistant Professor Alia Yusuf. Thank you, Ms. Samira Raja, for giving these awards.
Distinction awards are given to graduating students who have achieved a cumulative grade point average of 3.25 and above. This year, 12 students will receive this award. The Chairman of the Board of Governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, is requested to present these awards.
The distinction awards are presented in ascending order of CGPA. Shima Maz, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.28. Anam Atiq Khan, Department of Textile Design, with a CGPA of 3.29. Leah Nadir Contractor, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.29. Mansoor Mohammad Makba, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.30. Muhaddise Fatma Khan, Department of Architecture, with a CGPA of 3.31. Noor Butt, Department of Fine Art, with a CGPA of 3.31. Nehan Kareem, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.37. Minhal Rana, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.38. Anan Jameel Sheikh, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.42. Sanya Hussain, Department of Fine Art, with a CGPA of 3.42. Maham Ismail, Department of Communication Design, with a CGPA of 3.43. Finally, for achieving the highest CGPA of 3.66, The distinction and valedictorian award goes to Maruk Salim Ansari of the Department of Communication Design.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The valedictorian, Maruk Salim Ansari, will now present her valedictory speech.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, teachers and students, parents, and most of all, the graduating class of 2017. It is indeed an honor to be present amongst you today and to be speaking to all of you on this special occasion. I have been told that valedictorian speeches in the past have been extremely long, so this speech shall be short. For each of us, for at least 4 years, we have made the IVS grounds our home outside home. IVS has shaped, inspired, and challenged us in many ways, introducing us to friends we will cherish forever. Many of you I know personally will literally go on to change the world in some amazing ways in the great fields they've endeavored in architecture, interior design, communication design, textiles, and fine arts. Me, I just want to create my everyday through design. So when 3 distinguished individuals interviewed me, a pre-medical student having no background in art and having no knowledge about where to and what to start on, I was baffled. I was baffled because I wondered, don't you really have to know about art to be in an art school? For me, 4 years ago, art was driven by skill, and that skill was either inherent or was acquired and later polished. Owing to some of my biology and chemistry diagrams, I could draw really well from what I saw, but in the short term, I was rather stoked. I was stoked to find the expressive streak that could uplift me as a designer and a visual artist. Being exposed to multiple skills and opportunities throughout Foundation program led me to make choices for myself that I stand up for and completely believe in. I met one of the most kindest and most important people, one of them being Sir Sohail Zuberi, the head of the department 2 years ago, who is the main reason why I got into the Department of Communication Design. I have reached where I am today with pride and appreciation for all of us in our heart. This experience is for all those people who fail and collapse after Plan A fails. This is for all those people to realize that if the first option doesn't work out, life still goes on because Plan B is equally good. Two of the most important things that IVS has taught me through these 4 years are: 1, self-satisfaction is the biggest achievement and guilt is an absolute killer. So if you are satisfied from within and if you have given your 110%, nobody in this world can take that away from you. And if you haven't, then well, guilt is lethal. But alongside all our ambitions are our values and our motivations for the work that we do. And I hope that for all of us, it is more than making a living, which we all will do nonetheless. After all, we have an IVS degree to be proud of. But we can do a lot more and bring about a change around us that we within ourselves see. For me, I feel design can change the world. It helps us convey ideas, initiate discussions, pose questions and help us share views in a non-hostile, less competitive, and non-linear manner. I hope that the work we do will help people in less obvious and more meaningful ways. I know many of us sitting here and standing in the back are vectors for change, but change is difficult. For those of you who have seen me in and out of IBS, walking, loitering, and dragging myself sometimes in the hallways in my wild hair bun and have demanded countless times to let it go, Mahrukh, to open up your locks and to not appear the principal that you always seem to be, change is difficult. But change will nonetheless require time and patience. So whether your calling in life is to make visual narratives on Quranic verses, or to be an advocate for transgender rights, or to curtail the social ills that plague our society by creating awareness on the implications of child marriage, or on a more serious note about malnutrition in Tharparkar, if your calling is to bring an end to bullying, or if you want to combine physics and mechanics to give a much-needed twist to abstract paintings, like what was done by Mohammad Runeja, or if you are working towards making contemporary Eastern apparel for children, whether you are the next Edward Snowden, creating awareness on your life is online, or if you are promoting tourism in Pakistan by celebrating the climbers that take you on one of the tallest mountains in the world, I know deep down that we as a collective body have immense potential to catalyze a change through partnership, agreement, dialogue, and compassion. To conclude, I would like to thank everybody, professors, families, friends, most of all the parents, for all of you have been a constant support for everything we can mildly call a success. A big thank you. You all know who you are. I would like to present a special note of appreciation for Badal. You told me to speak in Urdu, so here it goes. बहुत शुक्रिया आपका कि आपने इतना साथ दिया मेरा, and for Daulat, you brought us fuel for our survival, be it food from the cafeteria or glue from Munir Bhai. You have been extremely important for our journey. I would also like to thank 4 important people, the first being my parents, and the next of them, Maria Huma, for being my constant support, Maheen for being my reality check, and a big thank you to someone who believed in me 4 years ago, Zia, when there was a conversation happening on the convocation. There was a Mahrukh at that time, and she kept coming back on the stage to receive all the awards, and he told me at that time, 4 years down the line, this will be you. Thank you for believing in me. Congratulations and a big round of applause for the graduating class of 2017. We have made it. We have made it through long hours of sleepless nights, through burnt holes in our pockets and that of our parents, through the exhaustion of last-minute changes, and through the frustration of trying to find the final file you saved last night, which has magically disappeared in the morning. Congratulations, everybody. Let's go change the world.
I now request the Executive Director, Ms. Samina Rais Khan, to make the announcement for the Founders Award.
The Founder Award is presented to a graduating student who has not only excelled in his or her academic performance, but who also showed a strong commitment to the school and the chosen profession, who has participated in extracurricular activities within and outside the school, has been humble, open-minded, and mature in dealings with faculty members, with fellow students. In other words, this award gives recognition to the graduate who most closely reflects the philosophy of the school as envisaged by the founders. May I request Mr. Shahid Abdullah, Architect Shahid Abdullah, who is one of the founders of the school, to kindly come and present this year's Founders Award. For the Founders Award, nominations come from the departments, and a committee sits and decide who should be given this award. So this year, the award goes to Leah Nadir, contractor. Thank you, Shahid Saab. Thank you, Leah.
The IVS Alumni Award, sponsored by the IVS Alumni Association, aims to appreciate a thesis design project which is embedded in social awareness and sharing responsibility for a better tomorrow, an initiative that follows our founder's vision.
The President Alumni Association, Ms. Bisma Askari, is requested to proceed to the rostrum to give the IVS Alumni Award to the recipient.
The IVS Alumni Award for the year 2017 goes to Zafar Ahsan Naqvi from the Department of Textile Design.
May I request the Chairman of the Board of Governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, to present the concluding remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear members of the graduating class, worthy keynote speaker of this convocation, Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy, honorable members of the Board of Governors and other statutory bodies of IVS, our vibrant faculty, the visionary parents, and our exceptional students. Assalamu alaikum and my heartiest greetings to all of you. First of all, let me thank on my behalf and behalf of the Board of Governors and the entire IVS community, our keynote speaker, Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy, for gracing this auspicious occasion. I'm sure her accomplishments, creative ventures, and advice this morning would inspire many of you. I would also like to extend my warm thanks to the proud parents of the graduating students and the worthy guests who have joined us this morning. Since the beginning, the convocation addresses at IVS have always shown a persistent focus on issues of substance and significance with a sputtering of advice to graduating students. All of these addresses, or at least the ones I remember, in one way or the other, are about the power of ideas and the central, essential place they hold at the core of being an IVS graduate. Over my career, I have had the opportunity to lead and also observe many remarkable institutions of higher learning in Pakistan and abroad. All these educational institutions gained excellence only because of one and only one important characteristic. They all had engaged, excellent, and dedicated faculty who were committed to their teaching, to scholarship, and to the life of their institutions. During my time here as the chairman of the board, I have come to realize that our greatest asset and strength here at IVS is also our exceptional faculty and their sense of commitment, and I want to thank them on my behalf for the excellent work they are doing. Let me add that the heart of our mission and our strategy of 2025 also lies our faculty. Despite the setback we had early this year, when our Dean of Academics, Dr. Javed, had to leave us because of health issues, the faculty has continued to propel the vision of 2025, and I'm sure they will continue to do so in the future also. We are in the process of hiring a new Dean of Academics very soon, and I think this work program, which is envisaged in the strategy 2025, will continue ahead. I'm sure there has been a moment in the past few hectic days for the graduating students when you realized that your being here today is no longer about where you have been, but where you're going. It's not uncommon to be struck with the feeling that you're going to enter a new territory of uncertainty and even doubt. But I want to tell you, you can stop worrying. By the virtue of your relentless training and education at IVS, we already know that when it comes to succeeding, you're not going to fall behind. Your focus here on 4 or 5 years has given you a whole new sense of what success entails, and that is what I want to talk to you about for the next few minutes. Remember that the path to success is continuous learning, humility, and integrity. I know that sounds a little joyless and perhaps slightly chastening on this occasion, but I mean to say as that your prowess is not acquiring expertise or ability to do what you have graduated in, but learning is about how you embark on this journey of self-realization throughout your life, becoming a different but more self-confident individual, open to the vast universe of the untried and the unknown, and that's what would lead you to success. We all know that without integrity, there can be no genuine achievement. That is what each of us owes to IVS. But far more importantly, it is what each of us owes to ourselves. Those two virtues of humility and integrity together help us discovering that a key part of success is the part that you are willing to fail. And I think Sharmeen very rightly pointed out that she has learned more from her failures than her successes. And that, I think, is something you should keep in mind. IVS probably felt like a very safe choice when you were deciding on your options for undergraduate studies. Maybe even a kind of personal success insurance policy. But I want you to know that IVS is safe for an entirely different reason. It was safe because we were there to help you become comfortable with being uncomfortable. One of the reasons why you are here is because we recognized your capacity for leaving your comfort zones. Your initial ignorance when you walked into IVS the very first day was your greatest asset. Forgetting what you thought you knew and negotiating between following your intuition and seeking help whenever needed. In other words, humility, which you acquired, was exploration without ego, and thus your ticket to discovering yourself. Let me also caution you, those who believe that shortcuts and instant gratification may lead them to become successful in the future are sadly mistaken. These individuals may acquire some immediate gains, but the journey ahead of them is going to be quite tedious, as the loss of their reputation and their deviation from the right course would haunt them throughout their lives. Only those who work hard, steadfastly, and act honestly are bound to eventually come ahead, despite many trials, tribulations, and setbacks in between. So never let integrity slip away from you even for a moment. Always keep a strong grip on it. Let me now add how this virtue of humility will nurture your potential to be the leaders in the 21st century. We are experiencing regional, national, and international challenges that we must address together as a community of leaders and learners. The recent events and the hate-filled ideologies that we witness today should not cause pangs of anxiety. Our sense of humility should reinforce our efforts to be tolerant, shunning racism, hatred, prejudice, and bigotry. Indeed, in the face of such hate-filled ideologies, let us join hands and pledge that we will continue our efforts to be more inclusive, more accepting, and more welcoming to all who join us. And we will continue our proactive work to be diverse in all parts of the school and in our lives. You represent a diverse group of exceptionally talented people who have already accomplished a great deal and are poised to do so much more. Please consider this part to become a part of the community also, and helping us to become a better nation and a better people. The evolution of art and design profession over the last 3 decades has not been an entirely satisfactory one. It has become too much about economic advantage and not enough about public responsibility. As a profession, we need to reclaim these core values, and it is up to you to do that, to make the choices that will make a difference. I would like to end this brief address by once again congratulating all the graduating students, their parents, and their family members. May you all succeed in opening a glorious chapter in the history of our homeland. Thank you.
The Registrar will now request the Chairman, Board of Governors, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, to declare the convocation closed.
May I request the Chairman, Board of Governors, to declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
The graduating students are requested to reassemble near the Turtle Pond for the tree planting ceremony immediately after the departure of the convocation procession. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated until after the academic procession departs, when further announcements will be made.